Right now. Emerge. Right now. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Yeah. How tiresome. Take a break. Let's test my hypothesis. Ha! A spot of tea time entertainment. Come on, keep up. How tiresome. Right here. Emerge. Right here. Take a break. Let... Get to work! I'm tired already. Fulfill our pact! Sha! Sha! Ha! Yeah! Sha! Ha! Ha! Sha! Ha! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh! Yeah, get to work! Sha! Ha! Sha! Yeah! Sa! Ha! Ha! Watch out! Ha! Sha! 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 Ha! Yeah! Sha! Sa! Fulfill our pact! Sha!
Congratulations! Many happy returns! Ta!
Ha! Ha! Keep lolling! Eat Papa! Get him! Show no mercy! Sa! Sha! Ha! Hey! Come on out!
Ta! Ha! 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 Ta! Cha! Ya! Sa! Cha! So! Ha!
You two! Time to end them! Fulfill our pact! Ha! Yeah!
Sorry, pal. Up to it, Montai. Ha! Ta! Sa!
Ha! Sha! Ha! Ha!
Trouble. Observe the night coming. Picked the wrong test subject.
What? Is Paimon seeing things? Is that a Dodoko? No, there really is a Dodoko over there. And it looks just like... It looks like Barbaloth.
Oh my, what a coincidence this is. Traveler? Paimon?
Why is there something so fishy about hearing such a powerful fortune teller use the word coincidence?
Perhaps, but it's no lie. This truly is a pleasant surprise. As a descender from beyond this world, the traveler's fate is not anchored in Tevat. Hence why most fortune tellers, including myself, are unable to predict your future. Hence why most fortune tellers, including myself, are unable to predict your future. But happily, this particular coincidence couldn't have been any more fortuitous. I recently happened to glimpse a peculiar omen. And since I had some free time, I decided to perform a brief divination and follow the omen's course. Just for a spot of fun, you understand. Oh yes, and while I was following this omen, I caught a few ethereal threads of fate and glimpsed the faces of their owners. Here, take a look for yourselves.
See? Didn't I tell you? Someone with so many friends was bound to recognize them all. Hi, you two. It's been a while, hasn't it? I thought I'd lend a hand with Barbie's divination.
Indeed, if Alice hadn't insisted, I'd have treated these names as minor variables and discarded them from the divination.
But then you would have missed out on this fun little excursion, wouldn't you? Besides, as mages, we couldn't possibly disappoint the little cuties involved in the prophecy now, could we? It's the dream of every child to receive wonderful gifts, go on grand undertakings, and watch mysterious prophecies unfold. Which is all to say, we simply had to see this one through.
And there's no point arguing with Alice. Anyway, if I can gather these minor variables together, I should be able to adjust my divination. So here I am, seeking them out, and if possible, offering them a little fortune-telling. I don't have time to go around divining things like that, but I'm sure it won't be long.
Is that why you've set up this stall? So you can sit and wait for them to arrive?
Don't worry, I'm not just sitting around twiddling my thumbs. This Dodoko is simply a stand-in. I'm still working on my research.
That's right. And I installed sensors on Barbie's Dodoko. As soon as the right person shows up, she'll receive an instant notification. And Dodoko will give a happy little wiggle to make sure our visitors are drawn on in.
What are you doing back here? Take your arm off that. You'll knock my scryglass onto the floor. And hold that cup steady. I don't want you spilling hot chocolate on my manuscripts.
All right, keep your hat on. Just 1 second. There you go, Barbie. This one's yours. I hardly put any sugar in it, I promise.
When you say hardly any sugar, I can't help but feel like we're not speaking the same language.
Back to business. After we followed up on Barbie's divination, I was hoping to gather everyone up, everyone involved, that is, and throw a huge party. I've even decided how we can send out the invitations. Don't worry, I've already picked out the most beautiful birds available. Picture it. In the dead of night, a huge, pure white bird flies through your window with a mysterious letter in its beak. Then you open it, and a whole new world appears before your eyes.
Unfortunately, as I told Alice, doing that would only serve to disrupt the path of fate. Besides, dealing with such small prophecies is a real pain, so it's off the cards.
Oh, fate is such a spoilsport. Nevertheless, we can still have a party. When the time is right, I'll invite everyone myself. And as I do hate waiting for parties, traveler...
Then we'd be the ones disrupting the path of fate, right?
Seeing as the people in the prophecy already have ties to the traveler, in theory, their fates are already intertwined. If the traveler steps in to invite them and hurry things along, it shouldn't have too large an effect on the divination.
Reliable as always. For the sake of the party, it's in your hands. I promise to save you the best seats, closest to the cake. Barbie, why are you tearing that paper apart? What are you doing?
I'm using it to plug my ears. Between you and Nicole, if my head isn't hurting, then my ears are. Ugh, I miss Octavia.
He who wishes to peer into the
Is it coming back to you yet, Chi-Chi?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. We still have a long way before we get to the Palais Mermonia. Let's keep walking for now. I'm sure you'll remember where your home is soon. Look, it's Chi-Chi, and she's with the Mellowzine. Huh, that's a combo Paimon wasn't expecting to see.
Traveler and Paimon.
You know Chi-Chi? Fantastic news! I ran into her while investigating near Lumidu's harbor. Judging by her size, I figured she was a human child. She is a child, right?
I am...
Right! We go way back! We're the best of friends! Quick thinking. If Chi-Chi had said she was a zombie, you might have scared her half to death.
Yes, best of friends. That's right.
Wow, this is a happy coincidence for sure. To be honest, this is the first time I've ever found myself completely at a loss. I take it you know about her memory issues? She can hardly seem to remember anything besides her own name. Chi-Chi gets like that sometimes. Poor child. I was going to take her back to the Maréchaussée Phantom and let her stay there for a while. But I hoped she might get some of her memories back on the road. Since you're such good friends, I take it you know where she lives? It would save such a lot of trouble if I could take her straight home. We know, but it's, a very long way from here.
Very long way? I followed a Sealy all the way to Lumidu's harbor.
Huh? You remembered something? What happened before that?
Before that, Dr. Baiju took me on his rounds at something. I went to gather herbs and then...
Oh! Baiju took you to Yilong Wharf, right? Detective Paimon thinks she knows what happened. Baiju took Chi-Chi to visit patients at Yilong Wharf. She got lost while gathering herbs, saw a Sealy, and followed it all the way to Lumidu's harbor. Good thing Paimon and the Traveler read Robin versus Chesterton. Simple deductions like these are a piece of... Aha! Well, that checks out. I'll take Chi-Chi back to Yilong Wharf right away. Oh, you're right! Paimon almost forgot about that. Berbelos, are you there? Can you hear us?
No need to shout. I've been here all along. I simply didn't want to interrupt your conversation. Listening is the default state of any good fortune teller. This Sealy's so-called guidance could also be considered the guidance of fate. Since you're here, Chi-Chi, why not let me read your fortune?
Fortune?
Oh dear, Barbie, allow me to interject. You're really not suited to talking to children, you know. You're scaring the poor girl. Let me take this one. Now listen closely. This is how you deliver a little surprise gift. Ahem. Little Chi-Chi, member of the Little Hexen Circle, I'm the mother of your ally Klee, Auntie Alice, the greatest witch in the world.
Nice to meet you, Auntie Alice.
Ah, what a sweet, polite little child. Come now, let Auntie's friend, another great witch, throw you a wonderful surprise fortune-telling party.
Fortune-telling party?
That's right. Look at the cards in front of you. Aren't they pretty? Do you like them?
I like them.
That's wonderful. Now, can you pick one for me?
Is this one all right?
Of course. And because you were so wonderfully well behaved, that card is yours to keep.
Thank you?
All right, Barbie, break time's over. Come help little Chi-Chi with her reading.
Oh, you don't need to shake me awake. I've been listening the whole time. Upright hanged man. Very few people draw this card.
That means you're very special, Chi-Chi.
It symbolizes transcendence and waiting, and also detachment from the everyday world. There are shackles that bind you, but you yourself have no desire to break free from them.
Shackles? Do you mean my orders?
At least on the surface, you wouldn't be wrong to understand things in such a way. As for your future, all you need to do is wait. Of course, it's not like you lack for time, but... Oh my, how strange, how very strange.
Hold up a second, you're saying too much at once. Give the poor child a moment to breathe. Let Chi-Chi savor her little gift first. You really do need to show a little more patience with children. What do you think, Chi-Chi? Do you like your surprise?
This card is pretty. Thank you, Auntie Alice.
Oh, good girl. You did such a good job remembering Auntie's name. Oh, Auntie would love to chat with you some more, but it's time for you to go home. If Auntie Barbie has more to say, then next time the Hexen Circle meets, she can make a prophecy for every little witch who attends. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Could you not add to my workload without asking me first?
Then it's settled. See you next time, Chi-Chi, and all of you witnesses.
Bye-bye, Auntie Alice and Auntie Alice's best of friends.
Phew! Is that all over now? Did those two voices just come from this doll? What kind of toy is this? It's so cute! Where can I... Ugh! No, that's not important right now. Chi-Chi, let's go find that Dr. Baiju of yours.
It's time. Chi-Chi should go home. See you next time, Traveler and Paimon. Card. Gift. Pretty.
Speed of light! With sword comes shadow. Hey! Don't blink! Speed of light! Hey! Go. Oh. Rise. Don't blink. Yeah. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Wheel of life. Don't blink. Yeah, cut to the chase. Hey! comes Shadow. Speed of light.
Orders given. Orders received. Like, go.
Incoming. Steady as stone.
So you can't help me fix this annoying affliction either?
Precisely. It's already too deeply intertwined with your fate. Imagine your destiny is a tree. This affliction is like a new shoot growing from its branches. It's been helping you absorb sunlight and dew this whole time. It, long ago, began to shape your fate. If you cut it off now, the wound left behind might fester, infecting the entire tree.
Huh. You make it sound like it's a good thing. It's clearly getting in my way, keeping me from mixing the drinks I need. It's more like one of those vines that wrap around the trunks of giant trees, restricting their growth and slowly strangling them.
Well, if that were the case, your fate would have rejected it, and we could have easily pruned it away. Unfortunately for you, it's not at all what you say it is. All right, enough talk. That should be enough to convince you I'm a legitimate fortune teller, yes? Now, just like I told you, come here and pick a card at random. And let me give you a little advice about your future.
So I just pick one at random, Okay. How about this one? No, wait! This one!
Don't overthink it. No matter how you choose, you can only ever draw the card that's destined for you.
Oh, this fortune teller's laugh is so creepy! She's just like an old witch from a fairy tale. But since she's so good at it, her advice could prove really helpful. I have to choose my card carefully. Huh? Traveler? Paimon?
True to form. Here you are at just the right moment. Well said. Compared to an intangible thing like fate, commissions have a far more intuitive effect on shaping our words and deeds. Now, seeing as you're here, perhaps you could have a word with this little one. She doesn't seem very trusting of an old witch like me.
Well, it's not so easy to trust a weird-looking fortune teller who set up stall in the middle of nowhere. Oh, the traveler seems to know this fortune teller pretty well. Great. I can finally ask someone I trust. Traveler? Paimon? Come over here for a sec. I need to talk to you in private. Looking for new ingredients, of course. Oh, my previous approach to mixing drinks was far too narrow-minded. I kept limiting myself to actual food. Paimon wouldn't exactly call the things you put in your drinks food, Diona. Well, it's all technically edible. As long as you grit your teeth exactly. I've already found a bunch of rusted screws, scrapped cables, coagulated chunks of grease, dust bunnies, toe jam. And it's all thanks to that guy from the Fontaine Research Institute who makes Fanta. Well, I heard that really tasty fizzy drink stuff comes from the Fontaine Research Institute, so I headed over to take a look. When I got there, Mr. Henri let me try a few bottles of the new Fanta flavors. Completely on the house. Mr. Henri doesn't smell of alcohol at all. Nope, he just smells like Fanta, sweet and tangy. Well,
Once stiff, and you can tell he's a reliable sort of grown-up. And he was the one who suggested I come to this stall. He said my affliction is probably beyond the Research Institute's ability to analyze. But he heard that this weird fortune teller who showed up recently near the court of Fontaine, apparently everyone who's been here says she's crazy accurate. Maybe if you get your fortune told, you'll learn something about what's causing your affliction. If you grasp the principles behind it, perhaps you could find a cure.
Well, hard to argue with that logic. Guess he didn't end up becoming a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute for nothing.
So I came here to see the fortune teller. As soon as I walked over, she stopped me and said there was a strange disturbance surrounding me. Before I could ask, she blurted out all the answers to my questions.
But the scientific logic of the Fontaine Research Institute doesn't directly apply to divination. Even if you understand the principles, it doesn't mean the solution will be easy to come by, just like I told you. Mysticism isn't built of bearings and bolts, and I can't simply repair your fate for you.
Oh, are you telling me nothing can be changed? Then what's the point of drawing a card?
By drawing a card, you may just find a tiny missing gear to fit into the wheel of fate. It may seem insignificant, but when installed correctly, the tiniest gears can still drive massive mechanisms.
You're not just humoring me, are you? Traveler, what do you think? All right, if you say so. Then I'll take one. All right, here we go. Looks like it's...
Oh my, how strange. To think the disturbance surrounding you has grown with such vigor. It's no longer a shoot, but a sturdy branch. How curious.
Huh? What are you saying? Does this mean the drinks I mix will taste even better from now on?
If we judge solely by your affliction, that would indeed be the case. Furthermore, the card you drew is the reversed High Priestess, which means you've been too focused on the illusions before the veil, which is precisely why you've been unable to pass through it for so long.
That doesn't sound like it has anything to do with mixing drinks. I thought this card would tell me what ingredients I need to use.
The lunar arcana aren't known for creating recipes. At least, not yet. But mixing drinks isn't the only way to find the answers you're looking for.
The answer is to teach those old booze hounds a lesson, so they never get drunk and cause trouble again.
You're certainly driven, but while your body moves forward, your heart remains stuck.
That's not true. I hate those weird old drunkards from the bottom of my heart, especially...
I see. Then, have you talked to the one who fills your heart the most?
What?
Through divination, of course. Perhaps you should cast aside your impatience and confused emotions and tell him how you truly feel. You might find it more effective than trying to mix the most disgusting drinks in the world.
There's no way he'll listen. Once he started drinking, he doesn't listen to anyone.
Perhaps that was true before. But now, you found a tiny gear from the Wheel of Fate. Return to its rightful place. Certain things might undergo subtle changes.
You mean that? But it is just a card.
Of course not that. I'm talking about your heart. Something which has already begun to change.
My heart hasn't changed at all. Now, I need to go look for ingredients. How much is the divination fee? I can pay it in full.
Oh my, what a well-mannered child. Much more endearing than that other little brat. But there's no need for a fee. Just consider this a gift from a witch.
Thank you. If you ever come to Mondstadt, I can treat you to a drink. I guarantee it'll taste delicious.
Mondstadt, you say? Yes, if I get the chance, that might not be such a terrible idea.
And thank you for helping me out, Traveler and Paimon. No matter the trouble, Paimon and the Traveler will swoop in and save the day. But swooping in is thirsty work. So once we're done, we wouldn't say no to some of your tasty drinks, Diona. It's a deal. Next time you're in Mondstadt, I'll treat you to the best drinks you ever tasted. The kind with absolutely zippo alcohol.
By the way, if you have any more questions about your card, look for someone named Mona. You probably already know who I'm talking about.
Mona? Yeah, I know her. She always orders the cheapest drinks. Is she a powerful fortune teller too?
Ha! She's nowhere near my level. Still, she should be up to the task of reading the lunar arcana. Otherwise, she might as well hang up her hat. Just tell her you've brought a prophecy on behalf of the mighty astromancer Barbaloth Trismegistus as a test. Don't worry. As long as you say that, she'll do her best to interpret it for you.
I think I got that. Astromancer Barbaloth Trismegistus. Yes, that's a long name. Come to think of it, isn't Mona's name really long too? I think it was the what was it again? Yeah! Look at you, Boozehound!
Get back!
I'm a rock!
So what you're saying is that this card I drew is actually pretty good?
Fate is simply fate. It makes no distinction between bad and good. However, talking solely about the upright strength card you drew, one of its interpretations actually fits your profession well. This card symbolizes passion, courage, confidence, and desire, as well as perfect, unfaltering love. No matter what surprises fate throws your way, I believe you will take control and steer a steady course.
Oh, don't flatter me. By our rules, a good fortune means paying extra for the reading. Here, I'll leave my coin pouch with you. If you have time, could you read the fortunes of my crew?
Haha, that's the first time I've received a request like this.
We've sailed this ship from one corner of Tevat to the other, braving the winds and waves. After so many years at sea, there isn't one among them who doesn't harbor troubles of their own. I may be their captain, but there are things even I can't help them with. So, running into a fortune teller like you, it made me think you might be able to help set their minds at ease. As for recompense, that won't be a problem. We've done good business on our way here and dragged in quite the haul.
As intriguing an offer as that is, I'm afraid I'll have to pass. I fear there aren't enough cards in my deck for such a sizable crew.
Ah, Traveler, Paimon. I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm here on business, of course. And to help a certain someone, our esteemed Tianxuan, of course. Who knows what kind of scheme she's cooked up this time. A few days ago, completely out of the blue, she tells me there's good business to be had in Fontaine. Doesn't ask my opinion, just whips out a detailed itinerary and tells me to follow the trade route it outlines. Turns out, she'd already sent people to scout ahead. I haven't had any urgent business lately, so I went along with the whole thing. And what would you know, it's been plain sailing the whole way. What was supposed to be a 2-week job got wrapped up in just over 1. I figured since we're already here, we might as well stick around and have some fun. So I gave the crew some shore leave to kick back and relax. Matter of fact, just yesterday I booked an event space at the Hotel de Boer and the lot of us drank up a storm. The crew's still sleeping it off at the hotel, so I thought I'd venture out for some fresh air and to sober up. But I only made it a few steps before this, fortune teller stopped me and asked me to draw a card. Here, it's the strength card. Looks like a good one, and since it's the right side up, I think that makes it even better.
Upright strength. How should Paimon put this? It really does suit you, Beto.
It certainly does. Now, let me explain the other meaning it holds.
Ah, don't tell me. It's bad news.
I wouldn't say it's good or bad, and it's not directly related to your fortune either. Just a little after-class musing, now that your reading is over. It's clear that you possess both powerful outer strength and an indomitable inner spirit. To borrow a metaphor, you're a lantern in the dark night. You dispel the darkness and guide lost souls on their forward paths. But you must know that it's not only the lost and weak who are attracted to the glow. Bugs cling to the lantern, competing for light and heat. Believing that it can keep them warm, the light burns more intensely. Only by doing so will its radiance not dim. Now, it would be best if someone could drive these bugs away. Because if no one does, perhaps one day the flame will consume its remaining fuel, all for the sake of a few unworthy pests.
If that's your concern, I don't think there's any need to worry. I have a friend who knows how to help people figure things out, and, well, she enjoys taking care of pests who hide out in the corners.
A rare friend to have. Judging by your tone, you must really trust her. She doesn't sound like someone who would easily lose her way.
Her? Oh, if she were the type to get lost, I doubt anyone in Liyue would know how to stay on course. Take this trip, for instance. She's the one who pointed the way. Huh. It all makes sense now. I was just thinking, if she really wanted to do business, there's no way she'd let me kick back and relax.
So basically, Ningguang just wanted to give you a holiday. But why make you take such a massive detour?
Well, I'm sure she'd say something like, some detours are needed. Only by taking them can the shortcuts be found. I'll never be able to unravel the twists and turns of her mind. Well, she still needs me to help expand her trade routes, though, so it's not like she'd do me harm. As her strength card, I'll remain up front, breaking the waves and forging a path ahead. Whoa! Oh, look at the time. I'd better head back and check on my crew. See if I can't sober them up a little, get them shipshape and ready to sail. Traveler, Paimon, Lady Fortune Teller, I hope to see you around. This card is a rare treasure. Can I keep it? Oh, probably not, right? I'll just take one last look.
A light that guides the lost, and those who come for more than its glow. Interesting. If I have the time, I should pay another visit to Liyue.
One with my blade! Spirit blade!
Eyes on me!
Forth, my blade! From whence you came!
To ashes!
A touch of frost!
I never yield. Eyes on me!
Submit for judgment! Swift and merciful! Forth, my blade! Spirit blade! Attack!
To ashes!
One with my blade! Submit for judgment!
Eyes on me!
Leaving already? Hey! Barbie! Aren't you forgetting something? Like a whole bunch of stuff you were supposed to give... me? Nonsense. Your arrival is more or less in line with Barbie's prophecy. Though, to be honest, I did think you'd be here a little later. Anyway, before we get down to business, it might be best if you two have something to eat? No, of course not. But my hearing happens to be quite sharp, and I heard Paimon's stomach rumbling a mile away.
Whoa! Paimon's stomach is rumbling for two! We must both be super famished.
Don't you worry about that. I've got plenty of cookies and cake, and as you know, nothing bad ever happened to hungry travelers who accepted food from a witch.
Oh, Paimon's so full! No matter how much—
Is she the champion eater from Natlan's Collective of Plenty? Alice mentioned her to me once. Apparently, she's a fascinating young lady. I imagine if she were to attend one of our parties, we'd need to set out 3, maybe even 7 plates.
Paimon really can't eat anymore. She's coming apart at the seams. Can we get down to business now? Oh, well, sorry.
All right. I gather you're here to deliver my homework. The one that Barbie prof— Nothing of the sort. We were discussing something completely different. The moon's massive shift has knocked her hydromancy out of whack. So she needs to head back for a while to undergo a period of silent meditation. While she's away, I'll be taking over responsibility for everyone's homework. I also plan to help her add the next round of homework to the dictionary.
Huh. You can just swap the person in charge like that?
Not like I had much choice. Before Barbie and Alice even told me about it, they'd already inscribed my special homework in the dictionary. As much as I'd like to erase the whole thing and keep on casually observing the world, Alice is busy maintaining Tevad's borders, and Barbie is off realigning her hydromancy. Octavia didn't bother to come back, and you can forget about Rhindaughter. The other mages all have their own affair. There really are. I don't even know how long it's been since we all got together to make this a proper tea party. In any case, as long as I finish my homework, my story will be officially inscribed in the dictionary. After that, I'll be able to go back to observing and guiding. So, Traveler, Paimon, it's time to deliver your message. What's my homework? Oh, and since this doesn't count as a prophecy, just something Barbie and Alice came up with 10 minutes ago, there probably isn't any useful information to be found in that dictionary you're carrying.
You're right, Nicole. We had a look before coming over, and there aren't any detailed instructions at all. There's a—
All right, that first sentence was clearly written by Barbie, but I bet my bottom more it was Alice who added the second. Anyway, let's get cracking on this homework. Just let me think. Where should we begin, huh? Oh, Barbie gave me a rundown of my tasks just now. Basically, I just need to go to a few homework locations, make sure everything's up to scratch, and conduct some field work.
Wait a minute. Paimon thought she was giving you a prophecy. How does a rundown count as a prophecy?
Well, you see, I naturally view anything Barbie says to me as some sort of prophecy. Besides, when Barbie wrote this homework of mine, all she actually did was flip straight to the final page of my story and tell me you make a fair point. But then what's the difference between a prophecy and a spoiler anyway? All right, enough dawdling. Come on, follow me. We're going to... Yes, that seems like as good a place as any.
Just like that? Hold on. How are we supposed to get the—
All right, we're here. This Sealy Court has some really great views, don't you think? See that spot over there? That's the starting point. Did I use it to get us here faster? You bet I did! These Sealy Courts are connected to the ley lines, and nobody really uses them. They're very handy when it comes to traveling about. Besides, the Sealy and I used to be angels, so we're old colleagues. I'm sure they won't mind me borrowing their homes every once in a while. Yes, I read about that in the dictionary. Based on how it ended, you and Lord Barbados must have played quite a beautiful tune. Such a shame that Barbie couldn't hear a single note. When Alice heard about it, she laughed so hard her hat nearly fell off. How about we head to the next location, which should be...
Is this Wolvendam? Doesn't seem like the best place for doing homework.
This is the nearest Sealy Court to where we're going. Don't worry, we're not far from the starting point.
Whoa! Where did all those wolves jump out from? Hey! We're not here to hurt you! We're friends with Razor!
That's right. That child already claimed victory in the battle he was destined to fight. As long as he stands beside his Lupical, I believe he can overcome any foe. I'm sure his Lupical feels the same way too. All right, that's about it for this place. I could do with a good rest. Come on, let's go. Time to head back for a cup of...
Whoa! When did this door appear?
This looks like Alice's handwriting. Let's take a look. Thanks for your help with the homework. Now hurry home and have a hot cup of tea. P.S. There is a surprise waiting behind this door. Hurry home? Wait a second. Why does this door look so familiar? There's no way it could lead to...
Somewhere new? Hey, isn't this...
No wonder Alice wanted to borrow the lodge key. She said she wanted to set up a tea room, even though I told her I already had one. It symbolizes the completion of guidance, the end of a journey, and the fulfillment of prophecy. You've followed Sealy before, right? Only when a Sealy returns to its Sealy court does its guidance come to an end. So, to give this unwelcome homework a clear conclusion, Barbie and Alice must have built a Sealy court right here. This is the only way for my story to be inscribed among everyone else's without interfering with their own homework. Well, we're not all that different. Once upon a time, we were all angels after all. But that doesn't really matter. What's important is what it symbolizes. It's like writing a novel. As long as the main outline is there, there'll always be a way to flesh out the details, so the pieces fall into place. As long as I take my seat, this homework of mine will be officially over. It's a nice touch, but it feels like the ending to a story written on the fly. If Anya were here, I'm sure she'd have come up with something more clever. Don't you worry. That's an essential element as well. Hey, a treasure chest!
Now this homework's starting to make sense.
What did I tell you? It seems like this has been a fruitful little excursion after all. And it seems my story has been formally inscribed in the dictionary, which means that today's homework ends here, and also that there'll be a formal tutor to provide guidance on all future assignments. Well, that depends on what assignments are assigned. Personally, I'd love nothing more than to bury chests for people to find by completing their homework. I'd leave clues and watch them enjoy a merry little treasure hunt. Now that would be fun. But Barbie's been keeping a close eye on me, so I'm not sure I'll get the chance.
See? Told you they'd be here.
Xavier! Oh, and Shiori and Farina too!
Ah, Hydro Archon above! If it isn't my darling camera operator and clapper loader! A very happy Fontanalia festival to you as well!
I'm guessing you came back to celebrate with us?
Yep. And how about two? Even though the last festival had some unexpected hiccups, making the film was still super fun. Since you're all here together like this, you must be planning on entering the competition, right?
Of course! A celebration of the entertainment industry. No one who's anyone would choose to sit this one out. It only happens once a year, after all.
Fontaine Fashion Week might be more my speed, but the film festival brings in a lot of orders and boosts brand recognition, so I wasn't going to miss out either.
A few new awards have been added this year, too. Best Director, Best Costume Design, oh, and Best Camera Operation.
Ooh, sounds like we've got work to do. Come on, tell us! What's Musketeer Pictures film gonna be about?
Oh, about that.
What's wrong, Xavier? What's with that look? Oh, man. You weren't scammed by some shady investor again, were you?
No. Even I'm not naive enough to fall for something like that again. Besides, thanks to the fine people here, Musketeer Pictures has more than enough funds to shoot without investors.
And yet problems persist.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, we were planning to replicate our past success and shoot a film based on a popular novel. But as we were holding auditions for the female lead earlier today, a striking young mademoiselle wandered in by accident. Her disposition was simply ethereal. The look in her eyes somewhat melancholic. Oh, you had to be there, friend. No matter where she stood, it was as if her surroundings, even the air itself, turned into the perfect shot.
Guess you found your lead actress, then?
No, quite the opposite. My script is entirely... I fear it is. Nevertheless, I couldn't help but approach the mademoiselle to ask about her background and what brought her to Fontaine.
What did she say?
Sadly, she said her best friend was gone. After returning to her own homeland not too long ago, she decided to visit where her friend was from to remember them better.
Oh, no wonder she looked sad.
Yes, but that's when it struck me. Why not cast her as the lead in a film centered around her search for this old friend?
Huh? You're gonna rewrite the whole script? But is there even enough time? Isn't the prep work super complicated? We might not finish.
Think about the difficulties we faced with the two Musketeers. We had to start from scratch back then, too. I'd say we're ahead of the game this time.
Guess so, but...
Don't worry, Paimon. Shiori and I have evaluated the proposal, and we support Xavier's decision.
I won't really need to start on the costumes until the cast is finalized, so it's not too much extra work for me.
Oh, fair mademoiselles. How can I ever thank you?
Finishing the script would be a start.
You know, compared to a commercial popcorn flick, I do prefer the idea of shooting a more artistic film. One that leaves a profound and lingering impact in the hearts of the audience.
I agree. True trendsetters are the people who dare to go against the grain.
Wow! Leave it to Director Farina to have a vision. Honestly, though, the artistic passion of everyone at Musketeer Pictures is inspiring. Anyway, now that we've heard so much about this lead actress, Paimon's gotta know who it is! Ah! Columbina! What are you doing here?
Hello. I was just walking past when I heard you talking about me, so I came over.
Huh? You know Miss Columbina?
Of course! Wait a second. Does this mean Columbina is the actress who inspired the whole rewrite? Yeah. Wait, so did you make the trip by yourself, Columbina?
Yes. I mentioned how I wanted to visit other nations once things settled down in Notcry, remember? So I went to the curatorium to ask Never for advice. She told me about the film festival in Fontaine and said it might be fun to visit. I spoke to Lauma before I left too, and she thought it was a great idea to get out for a bit. It's just, I received quite different travel advice from the two of them.
Oh? How so?
Well, Lauma told me to go out and experience new things and make new friends.
What a wonderful suggestion. That's how a trip should be.
What about Nefer?
She said, don't trust anyone and don't talk to strangers.
Yep, that sounds like her.
I can understand that too. It shows this Nefer cares about you a great deal, Miss Columbina.
Yes, so I plan on combining their advice. All I need to do is turn strangers into friends, and then I can talk to them. Huh. That kinda makes sense, but also not.
Hey, Chiori. Oh, look who's back. Happy Fontanalia Festival, you two.
Oh, looks like we have a superstar in our midst. How about an autograph, Big Shot?
Ha ha, very funny.
All settled then?
Yep, the Duke gave his blessing, and I cleared it with the Udex. During the festival, inmates with good behavior will get a chance to spend some time on the outside.
Under the stringent supervision of the Special Patrol, of course.
Risley! It's been a while! Happy Fontanalia Festival!
Does that mean Veronique and her brother will be at the festival?
During a specific window of time, sure. Doesn't hurt to give the inmates something to look forward to. A little sun'll do them some good, I think. This is a friend from your travels, I'm guessing. Thought I heard something along those lines.
Right! We should make some introductions, huh? Chevros, Risley, this is Columbina, a friend we met in Nocry.
Welcome to Fontaine, Miss Columbina. I bet the weather's been quite an adjustment.
Yeah.
And not the good kind, I take it.
No, I quite like it. It's a lot warmer than Nodcry.
Then what was the punch for?
Oh, should I not have done that? The flowers that bloom here are so vibrant, and the people are so kind. I just wanted to become friends as fast as possible.
Ah, so that was meant as a gesture of friendship. Is that right, Miss Columbina?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that what friends do?
Right. Might have been a bit premature in this instance, though. Your friend here is quite the character.
Good thing we said something. You weren't seriously gonna go around punching every single person in Fontaine, were you?
No, just the ones I wanted to be friends with.
That's not... what Paimon's trying to say is, maybe keep the punches to a minimum until after you're friends with someone.
If you say so.
You're quite the character, Miss Columbina.
So, are we friends?
Of course. Any friend of the Traveler is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Oof. When it comes to friends, you sure know how to pick 'em.
So Miss Columbina is the lead actress I've been hearing so much about. The whole thing about her aura is starting to make more sense.
You gonna be part of the film this time too, Chevros?
That was the plan. But now that Mr. Xavier has changed the direction, I don't think I'm in quite as many scenes. It's all for the best, though. A different crew asked me to help consult on some of their musket work.
Oh, sounds like our trusty musketeer is as popular as ever.
I'm just going where I'm needed. I'm more than willing to help with whatever this production needs as well.
Ah, well, speaking of, would you happen to know if there are scenic locations around the court of Fontaine that other crews haven't booked?
The festival's pretty popular this year, so there's not a lot left. You might just have to talk it over with the other productions and see if they'll let you squeeze in here and there.
I see.
Having trouble finding a filming location?
Yes, we made a last-minute decision to go down a different route, so the indoor locations we reserved are no longer a good fit. And it looks like all of the best outdoor spots have been taken.
You know, I might know a place. Good views, good atmosphere, and no production team has snatched it up. You want me to reveal it just like that? Come on, let it be a surprise.
As much as that sounds riveting, I think we should divide and conquer. You go do that, and Director Farina and I will take Miss Columbina around the city to discuss lighting and styling. Is that all right with you, Miss Columbina?
Traveler?
Yeah, everyone here is our friend. So don't worry about a thing and just focus on enjoying your trip.
Okay.
All right, then the Traveler and I will go check out this potential filming location. It might even give me some inspiration for the new script.
I'll leave this to the Duke then. Until later, everyone. Maybe we'll run into each other on set.
Okay then. Lead the way, Risley. Paimon's not built for suspense. Let's get this show on the road.
Who said anything about roads?
Huh? No way! You brought the winglet up to the surface?
It'd make quite the grand backdrop for a film, don't you think?
Paimon's more focused on the fact that this thing is supposed to be underwater, inside the fortress of Meripede.
True. And keeping up with the maintenance on a vessel this big is a lot of work. It takes a crazy amount of manpower just to keep it up and running.
Oh, Paimon kind of thought it just sat there until you needed it.
I wish it were that simple. The truth is, the maintenance costs on this thing are substantial, so we decided to rent it out during the festival to earn some extra mora. Besides, the inmates are the ones who keep it in good shape. Seeing the fruits of their labor put to use is a good form of social rehabilitation for them.
Huh, you've really thought this through. What you think, Xavier? Is this a good place to shoot?
Ah, I've got it! Good messieurs and mademoiselles, I've got it!
Gonna take that as a yes.
The beginning is the hardest part, and the opening of this film has been eluding me, but now I know just how it should start.
Glad to hear it.
Thanks for bringing us here, Risley.
Don't thank me just yet. This isn't quite a done deal.
Huh? Not a done deal as in someone already rented it out? You said no other production teams had snatched it up.
This person isn't affiliated with a production team. The rental fee was high enough to scare off plenty of other film crews, but she didn't blink. Made quite the generous offer, and didn't even attempt to haggle.
Do you know what she plans to use it for? I'd like to at least have a rough idea before going in to negotiate.
I didn't ask for the details, but I did see what looked like a fishing permit and a business license on her desk. My guess is she's planning on using it for some kind of restaurant or aquarium.
A floating restaurant is sure to attract people, but an aquarium sounds cool too. The views from the ship make it a great spot for a date.
The winglet might not be under my command right now, but it's always nice to see her admired.
A film is sure to drum up some good publicity as well. I do hope we can work something out with the current captain.
Well, guess we should head over and talk things out then.
Best of luck.
Wow! The winglet seems even bigger up close. The rooms are so spacious. Wonder who rented it out. Hello? Anyone there?
Perhaps the captain had business to attend to elsewhere.
massive boat just to have it sit here, without even leaving so much as a note. Let's try again. Anyone there? Hello?
Seriously? Right now? What is it gonna take to get some decent sleep around here? Is a nap too much to ask for? Sorry, the aquarium's closed for the... Huh?
Lolly?
Traveler! Paimon! Hold on. Oh, this is just great! How am I gonna go out dressed like this? What happened to my regular clothes? The wash! I put them in the wash after I drank too much and fell into the fountain. Oh, this can't be happening! Am I seriously gonna go out like this?
Think we might have caught her at a bad time. Lolly!
I don't want to hear it.
Hear what?
A single word about what I'm wearing. No comments, none. Is that clear?
Oh, yep. Crystal.
Huh? You think so? No, wait, I told you not to say anything! What was... her thoughts. I heard her thoughts. How could I forget about that? Oh, this is so embarrassing. I seemed a little too pleased to get that compliment, didn't I? Wait, the mind reading went both ways. Does that mean... you clearly did!
Huh? What did we do? Paimon's not following.
Nothing. It's nothing. Let's just move on. Did you need something? You're not here alone, I see.
Hello, I'm Xavier, a film director and producer from Fontaine. I meant to introduce myself sooner, I just didn't want to, interrupt.
No wonder we ran into each other in Fontaine of all places. You must also be in town for the festival, then.
That's right! We're helping Xavier with his film. In fact, we were hoping to shoot some scenes on this boat. You're the one who rented it out, right, Lolly?
Me? Rent a boat? I wish I had that kind of spare cash floating around. Not to mention the spare time. Don't get the wrong idea, though. I'm not here to sail off into the sunset and live out some cushy retirement life, okay? I'm not that old.
Then why you dress like... how did you end up staying aboard the Winglet?
Well, I heard one of my favorite light novels was getting turned into a film, so I came to Fontaine to catch the premiere. Originally, I booked a room near the Opera Epiclese, but I'm quite particular about where I sleep these days. I think it's an age thing. And that bed? Oh, I just couldn't sleep in it. I tried to find a different hotel, but with the festival, everything was completely booked. Just as I was worried I'd have to sleep under a bridge or something, I happened to spot a help wanted sign on the side of the road.
Oh, so you're here to take care of the boat?
No, I was hired to man the front desk. The pay is a bit low, but food and drinks are covered. And it includes room and board during the festival. Plus, the job is simple. So I thought I'd give it a shot.
Wow! They actually thought you'd be a good fit, huh?
What?
You don't think I'm cut out for it? All I have to do is tell people the aquarium isn't open yet. Other than that, I'm free to do whatever I want. It's a pretty sweet gig.
That's all?
Yeah, I was also kinda shocked. But it's not a lie. Head downstairs and see for yourselves. There's nothing but empty tanks. Not a marine animal in sight.
Did your boss mention anything about being open to film crews using this space? Our production was hoping to film on the deck for a few scenes.
No. That never came up. You could just ask her.
Oh, she's around? What kind of person is she? We should know what we're heading into.
She's nice enough, I suppose. Pretty reasonable, too. Even offered for me to move to a bigger cabin if I was too cramped. Back at the Masters of the Nightwind, I'm used to being the one giving orders. But working under her doesn't feel like being bossed around. She seems to respect what I think.
Wow, she sounds like a great boss.
She did tell me she'd rather not be disturbed, though. She's been working on an important project, so I'd keep it brief.
Got it. Thanks for the heads up.
All right, the captain's quarters are this way. I can take... Wait. But I'm wearing... Ugh, whatever. I doubt she'll care. Just follow me. Miss Guillotin? These visitors were hoping to ask you about something.
I thought I said to limit the interruptions. Just tell them the aquarium is still...
Sandrone, you're here? Huh? You know each other?
Are you okay, Sandrone? Do you still remember us? Everyone was so upset after what happened. We all missed you so much.
Miss Lolly, why don't you escort this gentleman to the reception area for a cup of tea? I have something to discuss with these two in private.
Ah, I see. Right this way, Mr. Xavier.
Sandrone?
I really can't go anywhere without running into you two, can I?
Are you okay? During the battle, your core, it was...
Destroyed by that bastard Dottore. That's right. But as you can see, I'm fine now. No major issues. Or at least, there shouldn't be.
Oh, what a relief! Why didn't you tell us sooner? Or come back to see your friends?
Now that I have the chance, I just want to say... Thank you for saving me.
Huh? Don't get the wrong idea. I only saved you so we could complete that formula and defeat Dottore once and for all. Even if he did crawl back from the grave to make us all miserable again.
That doesn't matter. You're still a hero.
All right. But it wasn't just me. All I did was lend my brilliant mind to the cause and take care of one part of the plan. Although, I'm not denying it would have fallen apart without me.
You got that right. You're amazing. But how did you go from a...
From a lifeless pile of scrap to looking like this?
Well, my mom was trying to put it a bit more gently, but... yeah.
Where do I even start? Curse it all! Where am I? Did we do it? How much time has passed? I'm not in one of that lunatic's experimental labs, am I? Wait. Fontanian decor. Books from the Research Institute. Phew. One thing at a time. Initiate self-diagnostics. Assess the extent of the damage. Cut power to compromised, non-essential components. Then reconstruct available action modules. Severe damage to the core. Dottore, you bastard. Polonia? Polonia, wake up! Activate! You're in even worse shape than me. Internal gears and energy circuits are barely intact. Extreme damage to the core, just like me. Rebooting is off the table. Even if I could repair the damage, I don't know if... You used up all your critical energy in those final moments, didn't you? To protect the core of that guy in the hat, and the numerological array. Wait, the array. Yes! The prototype is still here. But can I even run it in this state? Whatever. I have to try. I just need to confirm one thing. Activate the numerological array. Connect the computing core to my body. Just like I thought. It needs too much computing power. Cut off power supply to all functions except the thinking module. Please. I just need to ask one question. Initiate query regarding the 3 Moon Sisters. How many living moon goddesses are there in possession of the Trilunar Authority? 1. It worked. You did it, Columbina. You made it back. But how did I survive? The self-diagnostics showed damage severe enough to shut me down for good. What triggered the reboot? A built-in message? Only visible after a core reboot. The final gift. Alen! Were you the one who gave me the second chance? But why now? What activated it? What is that? A vision? Wait, no. It's a stellar linchpin?
A stellar linchpin? What's that?
You can think of it as a rare kind of vision. As for what causes one to manifest, well, that's still unknown. But in Snezhnaya, or in Afatui's research at least, it's believed to have some connection to the third descender.
The third descender? We knew his remains were used to create the Gnosis, but this is the first we're hearing about a stellar linchpin.
You knew about the remains? Right, of course. Look who I'm talking to. Yes, the Heavenly Principles used the remains of the third descender to create the 7 Gnosis as a means to consolidate the Archon system. Visions result from that same system, so extrapolating from there, it's clear that the manifestation of a vision is also, to some extent, related to the third descender. For those that wield them, visions serve as a means to channel elemental power. The same is true of stellar linchpins. The difference is that, when wielding elemental energy, stellar linchpin users often exhibit a unique kind of power that seems to come from beyond to that. It's believed that, when a stellar linchpin manifests, impurities from the remains of the third descender get fixed in place. Hence, the name. That's also believed to be the source of the strange power I just mentioned.
We've heard that visions can appear when someone has a really strong wish or desire. Stellar linchpins sound kind of similar, so does that mean...
Huh? Oh, don't look at me like that. I've never had any grand wishes or aspirations. Just a list of things that drive me up the wall. So if you're asking why this thing appeared, I have no clue. All I know is that without it, the gift Elen left me, this built-in second chance, never would have triggered. The damage to my core was too severe. But thanks to the stellar linchpin's manifestation, it did trigger. And after my core rebooted, I was able to repair the damage to my body. I also managed to import the numerological array, along with some of Polonia's surviving algorithms, into this form.
Wait, does that mean Polonia is...
Yes. Unfortunately, Polonia is... beyond repair.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear that. But you also mentioned something about a final gift?
Yes. Elen often spoke to me about wishes and desires when he was alive. I suppose he thought there might come a day when I wished for something, and was willing to sacrifice my own life to fulfill it. So he left me a chance to start over. No, never. Elen once said I was his proudest masterpiece. That might sound boastful coming from me, but it's also an undeniable fact. After Elen died, I started studying how Polonia and I worked. Polonia is essentially a computational machine, so it wasn't difficult to figure out the mechanical principles there. But when it came to my own structure, that's when Elen, the Lord Artificer's true greatness, struck me once again. I attempted to imitate it when I created Catherine, but in the end, she turned out to be nothing more than a superficial replica.
What? But his creation skill, Catherine, is super impressive. We were shocked when we first found out she was a puppet.
No, she's nothing compared to what Elen was able to create. Some of the mechanical principles of my own core are still a complete mystery to me. Keeping that gift hidden wasn't even a challenge for him. Just a shame I had to waste it on fighting Dottore. I just couldn't stand the thought of him coming out on top. If you put it that way, the world owes me a whole lot then, doesn't it?
Wait, but all this still doesn't explain what you're doing here. Risley said you rented the ship and even had some kind of fishing permit?
That's because I'm trying to go back to the place Elen and I lived when he was alive. My former home, I suppose you could say. The second chance wasn't the only part of the gift. According to the message, Elen left me a few other things that are stored in the house we shared together. I'm hoping that whatever he left me can help fix certain anomalies in my rebooted core. And help me understand why I received a stellar linchpin in the first place.
Okay, so go back then. What does that have to do with fishing?
And to think I'm talking to the saviors of Fontaine. Did you forget that the water levels have been rising for centuries? I can't just go back to the place I used to live because now it's underwater.
Oh, right.
With the rising water levels and changes in terrain, it's not just a matter of finding where it is, but also clearing away any sediment or debris. But Fontaine law prohibits unauthorized individuals and organizations from excavating underwater ruins. A Melazine caught me the minute I even made an attempt.
Why not apply for authorization then?
And face the endless slog of Fontanian bureaucracy. No thanks. Besides, I'm a Fatui Harbinger. The diplomatic implications alone would be enough to give the gestionnaires at the Palais Mermonia a headache. A fishing permit, on the other hand, isn't difficult to obtain at all. Minimal paperwork required, and under the name Guillotin, the application was a cinch.
So you're exploiting a legal loophole?
Am I? That underwater home belongs to me. If I happen to chance upon it while doing some fishing, what's the issue with that? Of course, I do have to catch some fish to put in the aquarium, just in case the gestionnaires come to check up on things. That's also the reason I hired someone to man the front desk.
Huh? But isn't that kind of a waste? He went to all the trouble of getting a business license and rented out this giant ship. Just for show?
If you want to run an aquarium that bad, be my guest. Use the facilities however you want. I'm certainly not going to stop you. All I want is to go back home and see what other gifts Alain wanted me to inherit. Hold on. Enough about me. What are you two even doing here?
Seriously? They've been in there forever. The reaction when they saw each other was strange, to say the least. You're lucky I was nice enough to leave the room and give them some space. Back in the Masters of the Nightwind, I'm the one who gets to kick people out. I just want to know what they're talking about. Should I cast a little eavesdropping spell? No, what am I thinking? I'm Granny Eastley, the great shaman of the Masters of the Nightwind. I can't do something like that. This is just ridiculous. Making me wait out here for so long? Where's their respect for their elders?
Oh, here they are.
Were you back there arguing or something? What took?
The two of you are already acquainted with Miss Guillotin, then?
Oh, yep. But don't worry, we got everything sorted. Sandrone agreed to let us shoot on the ship, but it has to be when she's not here.
When she's not here?
That's right.
You'll excuse me if I didn't exactly ask for this little reunion. I wasn't planning on seeing anyone. Like I said, my core is severely damaged. Even with the gift, there are anomalies that are making things unstable. I don't even know if I can continue to function without issues. So the priority is to fix these anomalies and get answers to my own questions. Then, I can see the people that need seeing.
Anyway, just let Sandrone know when you plan to film Xavier, and she'll, steer clear.
I do hope I'm not causing Miss Guillotin too much trouble.
No! She just wants to keep a low profile for her own, complicated reasons. She doesn't want anyone else to know she's here.
Understood. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Oh, and see Lale?
Huh? You mean Miss Guillotin? What does she want? Oh, please don't let it be about the pajamas.
What? The 7th of the Fatui Harbingers?
Why are you telling me all this?
I asked the Traveler about you, and I've decided it's best to be open in this instance. I can understand if you would rather not work for a Harbinger. Regardless, the room on the ship is yours to keep. You're an acquaintance of the Traveler, and I plan to honor that.
Wait, she's actually nice? It's not a problem. The captain also worked for the Fatui, and he helped Natlan a great deal. We know that there are good people among your ranks. Besides, I've been around long enough to know what it means to earn one's keep. This isn't Natlan, and I don't expect special treatment. Besides, sitting at a desk isn't exactly back-breaking work.
I appreciate that perspective, great shaman.
Seat Lolly. Just call me Seat Lolly. That title makes me sound so... old.
Well, Seat Lolly, the Traveler and I are looking for something, so we'll be heading underwater together soon. I'll leave the ship in your care while we're gone.
Together? How often?
Not too often. We're heading out in a bit, but I'll be available if you need something.
You couldn't, go alone?
I wanted to, but she was concerned about my physical well-being, so she offered to come with.
Guess my mental well-being means nothing then.
Huh? All right. Our first stop is the Barrel region. After Alen left the Fontaine This place has changed a lot. Guess I really have been gone for a long... Let's look around and see what we can learn. Oh, and don't forget to catch a few to take back. We need to keep up appearances, remember? Poisson isn't too far from here, right? It's all a bit nostalgic, I guess. Back when I lived here, all this was still above water. All right, I have a general understanding of the terrain changes and sediment accumulation. We can stop here for now. That went smoother than expected. I appreciate the help.
No problem. You doing okay though, Syndrome? Seeing your home look nothing like you remember, that can't be easy.
I'm fine. Times change. People change. That's the one thing you can actually count on. I made peace with that a long time ago. You should head back and put them in the aquarium tanks. We finished ahead of schedule, so your crew is probably still on the ship. I'll follow in a bit.
Right. Xavier said he was gonna test out a couple of shots.
I'm sure. I want to take another look around on my own.
Okay then. Want us to let you know when the filming is done?
No need. Columbina relies on Kuvaki to perceive her surroundings. In Nodcry, her senses are heightened because Kuvaki is everywhere. But here, as long as she doesn't activate her abilities, her range of perception should be equivalent to an average person's line of sight. I figured that out back in Snezhnaya.
That's oddly specific.
I have hiding from her down to a science. So, what? Things might be a bit different now that she's merged with the Moon Sisters, but I doubt there's been a drastic change. The point is, you two can head back. Don't worry about me.
Okay, if you say so. Come find us on the ship if you need anything.
What did you leave for me, Elen? Did you know I would come back? Or did you make it so I would have to?
We're back!
Shh! Quiet on set! They're filming over there.
Oops, sorry.
What's your take, Detective?
Bullet wound to the chest. Gunpowder residue on the clothes. The victim must have been shot at close range.
You think it was someone they knew?
Yes. It's possible the suspect arranged for them to meet at this very spot.
A reasonable deduction. But you're overlooking a crucial clue.
What?
The victim's pocket watch is missing. And cut! I think we got it! Good work, everyone! Phew, finally.
Acting was nerve-wracking for me when I first tried it too. Just loosen up, and you'll get used to it in no time.
Chevres! Charlotte!
Oh, hello there, you two.
You're filming here too? Oh, so Charlotte's crew must have been the one that asked you to help out, huh, Chevres?
Yep. They heard about a potential filming location and wanted to come check it out.
But when we got here, your crew had already beaten us to it. Luckily, Xavier and our director, Lapine Pauline, go way back. In the end, we agreed to just share each other's filming locations.
Considering all the last-minute changes, that's just what Musketeer Pictures needed.
For sure! Based off the scene just now, you must be the star of the film, Charlotte!
You bet! This detective costume really suits me, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. You're already right at home lurking in the shadows taking pictures of this and that. Add a notepad and you're practically method.
Thanks, Miss Chiori. I appreciate the compliment.
That didn't sound much like a compliment to Paimon.
So this is a film set? It looks like a very happy place.
This must all be quite new to you, Miss Columbina.
Yes. I watched a few films with a friend once, but she thought there was no point if I wouldn't open my eyes. So she stopped inviting me. Looks like I missed out on a lot. True, but being an actor seems like a tough job.
Huh?
Most people would swap lives with an actor in a heartbeat. The lifestyle is so glamorous, and the pay is more than generous.
But they have to act out lives that aren't their own, with the whole world watching on in judgment. If they don't do it justice, it must feel like they're letting people down.
That's exactly how it feels. This young lady has quite the unique perspective. Well, that's true. But these actors are here because they want to be and they think it's fun. Most of them, at least.
Not to mention, the film we're shooting is based entirely on you, Miss Columbina. You just need to be true to yourself.
I don't have to pretend to be someone I'm not?
Not at all. Authenticity is what we're after. For example, this first scene opens with you on the boat, sailing to your friend's homeland. You just need to think about that moment in the story and picture how you would feel.
Oh, okay.
We're all here? Wonderful! Let's head to the deck and get shooting. Oh, and this is for you, dear Paimon, your clapperboard.
Whoa! Is this the same one Paimon used for the Two Musketeers?
The very same. I saved it just for you.
Thanks, Xavier! Feels like being reunited with an old friend.
Of course! That said, I have a different job in mind for you this time. Our film is focusing on a single protagonist, so conveying the subtle changes in her state of mind is of the utmost importance. In addition to the actor's own performance, another way we can convey that is through lighting.
Huh? But there's already a lighting specialist, isn't there?
Yes, but it's clear the Traveler and Miss Columbina share a deep bond. You might have a better chance of understanding her frame of mind in certain scenes.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, what do you say? Willing to take on the role of lighting specialist? It's settled! I leave the job of translating our leading lady's inner thoughts in your capable hands.
Paimon's having a bunch of fun filling up this aquarium. Since Sandrone doesn't mind, we should definitely catch some more fishies and make this place extra beautiful.
Hey, you two. Come over here.
Huh? Is everything all right?
Here. This is for you.
What is it?
It's an underwater mobility device I've been working on.
Huh? Wow! That's so kind of you, Sandrone.
It's just a simple mechanical device. I saw the way you were catching fish and... how should I put this? It seemed somewhat unsophisticated. To be perfectly frank, I found it quite difficult to watch.
Was it really that bad?
It was inefficient, unskilled, and completely and utterly inelegant. No need to apologize. Everyone has their own ways of doing things. But seeing as you plan to keep adding to the aquarium, it might be best if you use this device. The waters of Fontaine are home to more than just harmless ornamental fish. There are plenty of predators who could do you some real harm. This device will not only help you fish, it'll also help you flee. All right. Oh, and if you're going for a swim, go now. And don't forget to tell me what you think of the device. I can always make more adjustments if you have any feedback.
Whenever you...
catch up. Hello there, Traveler in Paimon. Miss Kyuton mentioned you've been running an aquarium. Naturally, I accepted her invitation to come.
Great! With head nurse Siegeween around, we won't have to worry about the little fishies getting sick.
Since you asked me to look after the animals at the Chevalmoran Film Fantasyland, I've picked up a few tricks of the trade. It turns out looking after animals isn't all that different from caring for patients. Well, the well-behaved ones at least. But that's the thing. Not all fish are well-behaved. So on top of looking after the ones you already have, I have a few ideas for inpatient therapy that I'd like to discuss. The word from Officer Ceseth is that certain wild fish have been getting unusually aggressive lately. Apparently, they're attacking other creatures, as well as divers and even small boats. I was wondering if we could invite them to the aquarium for some rest and relaxation. At the very least, it'll keep them from causing any more trouble. Once they're here, I can look for a way to cure their sudden bad temper. That way, we can help the fish and the waters return to normal. And you can add some unique guest performers to your aquarium.
What a wonderful idea!
All right. I'll give you all the intel I have on where to find those aggressive fish. The rest is up to you.
All right, without any further ado, it's time for production on our film, A Homecoming, to officially begin! Turning it over to you once again, Director Farina.
All right. Positions, everyone. Camera operator, clapper loader, get set up. Let me know when lighting is good to go. All you need to worry about, Miss Columbina, is hitting your mark. Other than that, just focus on immersing yourself in the emotions of the moment.
Okay.
Good. Lighting, are we ready? Ready. All right, quiet on set. 3, 2, 1, action!
This is her homeland.
Columbina.
Cut! The emotions I'm looking for were definitely there. Let's just try to keep it a bit more natural. Oh, but definitely keep that gesture at the end. I loved how real it felt. You looked genuinely moved. All right, if you're ready, let's go for another take. Miss Columbina? That presence, it kind of felt like Sandrone?
Sandrone said that if everything goes smoothly, we should be able to pinpoint the exact location of her home today. Let's head to the Wing-O-Lette and meet up with her.
Ah, you're here. We should get going then. Xavier and the others should be filming soon.
How's it going? Have you managed to figure out the location of your home yet?
I've narrowed down a few potential locations. We just need to take a sample from each one. Once the equipment analyzes them, we should know the exact location and where to find the entrance.
Great! We should get started then.
All right, let's get a move on. That should do it. Let's head back. The filming should be just about done. We made good time. We might even know the location by the end of the day.
You sound pretty happy about that.
Do I? I suppose I've just had enough of these anomalies I've been dealing with. The sooner I can fix them, the better. Anyway, enough chit-chat. We have work to do. Oh, but let's head in through the side door. I don't want to run into the crew on the deck. All right, now we just need to wait for the results. Since we have some time to kill, I suppose I might as well see how this aquarium of yours is coming along. You seemed quite enthusiastic about it, after all.
It's really coming together!
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Oh, kind of impressive, actually. These must be the ones we caught the first time we went underwater.
Like it?
It's fine, I guess. Nothing special.
Come on! It sounded like you really liked it just now!
You're that proud of it? Is this a sense of accomplishment or something?
Well, yeah. And it's pretty!
You know it's gonna be gone soon, though, right?
What do you mean?
After the festival, this ship will be returned to the fortress of Meropide, and this aquarium will be no more.
So?
So, no matter how much work you put into this place, once the festival is over, it's all just going to disappear.
But not making the most of it when we have the chance is an even bigger waste!
But if you know it's all going to be gone one day, why even bother?
Well,
Because you still get to keep the things you gain along the way. And those are things that can never be replaced.
Doesn't that make losing them even harder?
well, if you put it like that... But the happy memories we make along the way last forever! You just have to take a more glass-half-full perspective. Not to mention, everything we do here is gonna be on film, so it'll still live on in some shape or form.
And when you look back on it, only happy memories will come to mind?
Exactly!
So it's about finding joy in the process itself.
Traveler! You're back already?
What's wrong with that? You say that like it's terrible news or something.
How did you get here? I didn't see you on the deck. Oh, never mind. We need to help Miss Guillotin hide ASAP. The crew is heading over here to shoot any second.
What? They should be done by now.
There was a mishap earlier that cost them some time. I was waiting on deck so I could warn you the minute you showed up. Anyway, you should head back to the captain's cabin right away. They're gonna be here any minute now. Ugh, finally! That's a wrap for the scenes on the deck. Wouldn't have taken half as long if the wind hadn't snapped our equipment in two.
Uh-oh! Too late!
Change of plans then. You'll just have to hide.
Hide? And where exactly am I supposed to do that?
Oh, there's a box over there! You can get in that!
Huh? You expect me to...
Do I need my makeup done for the next scene too?
For the love of...
Let me see. Maybe just a quick touch-up.
Huh? Traveler and Paimon? What are you doing here? I thought you took the day off to take care of something.
Huh? Oh, well, it didn't take as long as we were expecting, so we came back early. What about you guys? You're still not done shooting for the day?
No, we ran into an issue that, set us back. It meant Miss Charlotte's crew wasn't able to wrap either. We both still have scenes to shoot in this aquarium.
Oh, that's not ideal. For several reasons. Let us help then. The sooner we wrap, the sooner everyone can get some rest.
All right.
Thanks, you two.
Miss Charlotte's crew can go first then. If I'm not mistaken, you still have a night shoot later.
Thanks, Director Farina!
Of course. Fellow artists should help each other out where we can.
Agreed. Well then, camera, lights, get set up. Actors, give your lines a quick once-over. Let's try to get this in one take. All right, places, everyone! And 3, 2, 1, action!
So, the story ends like this. But when Duke St. Germanus departed, he clearly said that everything was beyond redemption. Huh? That sounds familiar. Wait, it's from that novel I came across while researching the numerological array. He's only a genius when it comes to mechanics, and everything else, he's just an ordinary person. Huh? What was that noise? Whatever, I'll just fix it in post.
Mr. Koba, please don't speak as if I were the accomplice.
Not so hard. This box isn't sturdy enough for that. This is why I keep saying, don't put too much trust in Clockwork Mecha. Unlike humans, machines don't have a heart. A heart?
That's right. It's what's on the inside. It's also referred to as someone's soul, or likened to free will. You can think of it as a person's core, what makes them unique. In general, though, people don't believe machines are capable of having a soul.
You said my emotion module was faultless.
It is, but that's not quite the same thing.
Do you think I have one then? A heart?
I don't think so. I know so. The question is, do you recognize it within yourself?
That's where you're wrong. I can't believe this. Forcing me to hide in a box and listen to this drivel. Me.
In the end, clocks tick through tranquil years. Fish swim in crystalline springs. No matter how grand a dream is, it will fade away like this. Forlorn, wordless, silent.
And cut.
That was a long one. What did you think?
If she makes them do another take, I'm going to flip a lid. And not just the one to this box.
Oh, there were some weird audio things going on, but acting-wise, it was great! It's a keeper! Perfect! That means
I can get out of this box.
It's our turn. Camera operator, set up for the next scene. In this one, our protagonist peruses an aquarium in a foreign land and gets swept up in memories of her friend. So, in terms of lighting, that's the vibe we're going for. Got that?
Shoot. Paimon thought there'd be a break and Zandroni could slip away. What are we gonna do now?
Break a leg! Yep, we're headed off to shoot our next scene. All right, quiet on set. We're about to start rolling. Ready, Miss Columbina? Miss Columbina?
I think she would like this.
Quick, we should roll on this.
It doesn't forage with the others, or prey upon its smaller kin. Instead, it remains where it is, cradled in the coral's quiet beauty, as though the raging cyclones above are of no consequence. And yet, she still stood before the cyclone in the end. So I think that story has it wrong. She is no different than us. She has a heart.
Columbina.
Hmm?
Uh-oh. Is she onto us?
What is she doing? Cut!
You okay, Columbina?
Hmm? Oh, yes. I just thought...
Why don't we take a short break? It's been a long day of shooting so far. That last take was beautifully organic, though. We can use it as is. No need to go again.
Thanks, Director Farina. But I'm fine to continue.
You're sure? In that case, let's shoot some quick B-roll. Then we can move to our next outdoor scene.
We're in the clear this time.
Ugh! Absolutely suffocating.
You okay, Zandroni?
Right as rain. Come on, let's go check the test results. It's time for me to go home. All right, it should be around here. Give me some space. I'll activate the water insulating mechanism.
The what?
Alain, much like Renee, had long predicted that the water levels in Fontaine would rise. Thanks to his expertise in mechanics, he was able to implement a few simple measures to protect our home from flooding. I told him there was no need, that I would just move when the water rose too high. But it would seem he knew a day like this would come. All right, the silt has been cleared away. Go activate the mechanism for the first sluice gate. That will fill the empty middle chamber with water. All right, now turn on the drainage mechanism in front of the second sluice gate, and this chamber will become empty once again.
Where you used to live? It's beautiful! There's even a garden!
Back when I lived here, it was my job to tend to the potted plants and flower beds. Still growing strong even after all this time. Who would have thought? If the weather was nice, I would take Alain out in his wheelchair and we would go for a walk. Before long, we started bringing Polonia along too. Come to think of it, I was the only one who could get around easily back then. Polonia always got stuck at some point, and it was up to me to launch a rescue mission. Happy? I suppose they were. Uneventful, but pleasant. Repetitive, but peaceful. It was like living in a world where time didn't exist. Of course, that was all just an illusion. Death still awaits all of us at the end.
Oh.
All right, enough standing around. Let's head inside. Yep, this place is exactly how I left it. Nothing has changed. What is it? Huh? How did you get... Oh, Arlecchino gave it to you, didn't she? And you... read the whole thing. Just so you know, a lot of that was written a long time ago. At that very desk, to be exact. Anyway, since you've already read it, you should just hold on to it. I can always start a new one. Well, feel free to look around. I'm going to start looking for the gift Alain mentioned. Oh, but be careful with the stuff around here. I'm not saying you can't touch anything, Just try not to choke on the dust. A warm hearth. Old notes. A warm hearth. Oh, I played with these when I was little. During the first few months after I was created, I mean. At first, Elena and I would play together, but it didn't take long for me to become unbeatable. So, Polonia and I played together instead.
Yeah, these don't look like Paimon's kind of games.
Logic and math puzzles? Those happen to be my specialty. It's been so long. What do you say? Should we play a... Let's go with this one. The gears on the left are stacked from largest to smallest. The goal is to move them to the other side in the fewest number of moves. Just remember, you can't stack a bigger gear on top of a smaller one. Looks like it took you a few extra moves. My first attempt was the same. You'll get better. Well, what did you think of the game? You showed quite a bit of promise. Oh, these are some of Alen's drafts from his later years. Just casual doodles, really. And these are just some unimportant letters. I couldn't be bothered to sort through them before I left.
Wait, the people in this picture look kind of familiar.
Oh, this was taken when Elen and Renee were both still at the Fontaine Research Institute. Before their falling out. In his later years, Elen would often sit by the fireplace and stare at this picture, wearing an expression somewhere between guilt and longing. He said he sometimes regretted not helping his friend when he needed it most, even if just to stop him. Coffee. Tea. Old notes. Polonia. This was Elend's workbench. Later on, of course, it became mine. It's where both Polonia and I were brought to life. Before Elend was bedbound, this is where he would teach me about mechanics. I would sit and listen, chiming in with questions here and there. Later on, when he got too sick, I took over and would work on Polonia here.
Wow! This house is filled with so many memories! It's so cozy and charming!
You should have seen it in its prime, when people actually lived here. A lit fireplace, a steaming cup of coffee. That's the real deal. You know, we also used to have a mechanical piano that Elend built.
Ooh! How chic!
Elend never played it much. He probably wasn't able to at that point. But I managed to teach myself. Music theory is essentially math after all. Once you learn the patterns, it's not really that difficult. I loved perusing Elend's collection of classical music. The chords and harmonies felt like individual mathematical puzzles. It was fascinating, so I did some composing as well. But as Elend continued to deteriorate, even the sound of music began to grate on his nerves. So I got rid of the piano.
Aww.
Back then, I assumed a piano was like an ordinary clothing rack, commonplace in every home and easily replaceable. It was only after I left that I realized how hard a good piano is to find. Enough about that. Elend's gift should be just in here. The only things undisturbed before I left were a few of his personal belongings. Wait, there's a hidden compartment at the back of this box. Looks like it's locked with some kind of gear mechanism. Knowing you, Elend, I'm guessing it goes like this, then like this. Got it. Am I a genius or what? Let's see here. A box?
Well, you gonna open it?
It's heavier than I was expecting. Just how much stuff is in here? A letter? And a bunch of junk underneath it. None of it seems that important. Wait a second. This should be it.
A cube?
It's a multidimensional algorithmic core. Elend would use it to store information. Only Polonia and I have access. All right, I'll start looking into the core and the letter. Feel free to go through the rest of the stuff and see if there's anything useful.
Okay. Hold on. There's another picture in here. This one has writing on the back.
A snapshot of you playing among the plants shortly after you were born. You seem to like these flowers a lot. May you grow and flourish just as they do.
Huh? Wow! Look how happy you are in this picture! You've changed a lot since then, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that you come off kind of aggressive sometimes. Or, annoyed at everyone around you?
Well then, people should stop being so annoying. It's not like I'm the one with the problem.
Of course not. Oh, here's something else. Looks like a piece of paper torn out from somewhere. Today, I solved another math puzzle and made a breakthrough on a construction problem the Institute has been stuck on for years. Am I a genius or what?
No, wait, that's
From now on, I should have people address me as Her Highness the Clockwork Princess, Unraveler of all reason.
Nope. No more of that. I thought I tore this page out.
You wrote this? Then how did it get... Wait, there's more writing at the bottom.
You seem to have developed a distaste for this particular entry, considering I found it in the trash. I'm sorry, but I could not help but hold on to it. Forgive me.
Helen! Don't be embarrassed. Everyone goes through a phase like that.
Nonsense. I wasn't even the one who wrote that. It must have been Polonia. That's enough. I told you it was Polonia. You know what? We're done with this. No more rifling around in the box. Just put it down and let me read the letter. To my little clockwork princess. Not another word. Got that? If you're reading this.
You've most likely received the gift I left for you. I just hope you didn't stumble across all this while cleaning out my effects or something trivial like that. I once asked if there was something you wished for. Do you remember that? I wonder if time has changed your answer. Regardless, I have another gift. A formula that will allow you to come face to face with the anomaly inside of you. If you even still call her that. Why this gift? To understand that, allow me to wax poetic on the soul once again. I would ask you to stick with me until the end, but I know you will. You always have. I believe a person should be born twice over in their lifetime. First, there's the birth that grants us life. Then, the birth of the soul. It's a matter of transforming the life bestowed upon us into the life we choose for ourselves. And to do that, we must look inward. We must make a conscious choice to define the meaning of our life instead of allowing the happenstance of our existence to pass us by. This is the process of recognizing the soul that lives within us. You are my proudest masterpiece. I told you that long ago. But to me, you have never been a creation or a machine. To me, you're just like the rest of us. You have a heart. In fact, some theories think of the human brain as nothing more than a machine, and thought the product of its computations. So you see, perhaps we're not so different after all. Your inner machinery is just far more advanced than most. No matter how one looks at it, the heart is a complex thing. a place where logic and reason collide with our emotions. Your computational capacity allowed you to become sentient and develop logical reasoning. But it also granted you something that, on the surface, might seem contradictory: emotion. Emotions and logic often clash with each other, and those instances of discord can accumulate over time. That is the source of what you refer to as the anomalies within you. As you told me once, you've always known what you don't want, yet you've never wished for anything in particular. Similar to how a blind person can feel when a part of their body is in pain without being able to fully visualize its form, such is your relationship with your soul. So, what I leave you now is this: a formula that will allow you to see the shape of your soul. For if you want to protect your heart, you must first be able to recognize it within yourself.
Of course. Whether you use it is entirely up to you. You are, and always have been, free to do as you wish. Regardless, whether by my formula or some other means, I trust you will know your heart one day. You always were a fast learner, and the smartest person I've ever known. Ellen. Oh. I'm fine. I've already figured out how this formula works. Let's get out of here and then we can use it.
You made up your mind already? You're gonna do it?
Why wouldn't I? Resolving the anomalies within my core is the reason I came here in the first place. No, I can do this on my own. But, do you want to watch?
What do you mean?
I already know what anomaly I need to resolve. Like Ellen said, she's an amalgamation of all the times my logic algorithms have clashed with my emotions.
And by resolve, you mean that literally, or...?
Yes.
But if you, let us in like that, wouldn't that mean letting us see a bunch of your, you know, inner thoughts and secrets?
If what Ellen said is true, then I'm about to be... born anew. Or whatever. This is your chance to be lucky enough to witness it. Besides, you already read my whole diary. When it comes to keeping my innermost thoughts to myself, well, I think that ship has sailed.
You're really sure about this?
How many times do I have to say it? I finally let you in as... friends, and you want to question it. I'm not gonna offer a second time. Enough with the mushy stuff. Just follow me. logical array, I can construct a simple formula that will allow you to experience what I see and hear in real time.
Oh, just like St. Lolly's sense-sharing technique. Been there, done that.
Sounds like that shaman has some tricks up her sleeve. The arcane and the mathematical are both fundamental laws of this world. Being able to achieve a similar result through both isn't surprising. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. But no comments from the peanut gallery, okay? I know I offered, but I still don't want any interruptions. Is this my heart? No, it's probably just the result of a lens formula. A space dedicated to resolving anomalies. Huh. But it looks like the walls are all... mirrors? You made it. About time. Is that me? From the past? You just spoke of anomalies. Well, here I am. What happens when emotion contradicts reason? Shall we sit down and talk?
That should do it. Hello? My name is Alain Guillotin. Can you hear me?
Brings back memories, doesn't it? The time we spent here.
Here. I want you to have this.
A notebook?
You can use it to write things down.
I don't need to write things down. I have unlimited memory.
Even so, some things are more important than others, right? You can use it to write about the things that matter.
So you wish me to carry out a basic priority sorting operation?
I suppose you can think of it like that for now. But journaling is also an act of finding oneself. Much like we use wooden stakes to guide a plant to grow in a certain manner, what we choose to write down gives the soul much-needed direction. In the act of choosing what to forget and what to hold on to, we decide what kind of person we want to become.
I don't understand. Like I said earlier, I don't need something like this. This is where we were born, where our life began. Mornings of tending to the garden, afternoons spent cleaning, reading, or studying. Evenings of cozying up by the fire, listening to Alain share stories about his past. Alain.
What is it?
What are you drinking?
Oh, this? It's coffee. It, makes me more productive.
I want to try it.
Oh, okay. Here.
Bitter. Speaking of, why did you design me with senses? Taste, smell, touch.
Well, I'm not quite sure. It just felt like the right thing to do. I suppose I hoped you might have a life of your own one day, and that you deserve to experience all life has to offer.
Oh. Still bitter. But the smell is nice. I thought those peaceful days would go on forever. You know that's not possible. Maybe. But how was I supposed to know the end was just around the corner? That was just bad luck. Was it? Well, it certainly became a pattern, now didn't it? Over time, one of the habits we picked up from Elen was a love of coffee. We even took to hosting tea parties. A machine acting like a human. Kind of laughable, right? I suppose that's just what I'm used to. Yeah, that's just what we're used to.
Hey, this place isn't half bad. Great spot for a party.
More and more people seem to be showing up to my tea parties uninvited. Anyone care to explain?
Can you blame me? I saw Columbina leading Capitano somewhere, and I had to see what that was about.
I had simply asked Columbina where I might find Arlecchino. I have business to discuss with her, and Columbina suggested looking here. Tartaglia and I were unaware that this was a private gathering. Apologies for the intrusion. It won't be for long.
Whatever. Just add it to the list of annoying things that have happened today. What's one more? Since you're here, you might as well stay for a cup of tea.
See? Told you she wouldn't mind.
Much obliged, Sandrone.
Well, look who we have here. Good thing I brought extra desserts. This has turned into quite the occasion.
Capitano, I was just about to go find you.
Pardon the intrusion. Rest assured, I won't sully your gathering with talk of work. We can have our discussion later.
Spoken like a true gentleman. A certain unmannered 11th seat could learn a thing or two.
You know, you really should start being nicer to me, Rosaline. Or I might just snatch that 8th seat right out from under you.
I'd like to see you try.
If you're gonna fight, take it outside. The only mess I plan on cleaning up is tea-related. I still don't understand how our quiet afternoon turned into such a crowded gathering. One by one, people just kept barging in. And then, one by one, they left without a word. Yeah, pretty annoying, huh?
Of all my days with the Fatui, the times I spent with you, Arlecchino, and Rosaline, they were my favorite. Goodbye, Sandrone.
Don't go, Columbina. We should have just said that. Why didn't we? If we had, would the story have had a different ending? She couldn't stay. There was no future for her here. She would have just faded away. You're right. I suppose that's why you call me an anomaly. Every time you make a decision, there's a voice inside your heart. My voice, asking to contradict all logic and reason. Why didn't we make her stay? Is it worse to fight for something just to lose it? Or not to have fought at all? Don't you find it unfair? One by one, we keep losing the things we care about the most. But in the end, whether I want to fight for something or cry over all we've lost, you just push it down and pretend not to hear. And now, even Polonia, the other half of Alen's legacy. The last remaining member of our family. Even Polonia is no longer with us. I did everything I could. But it's just like Alen always said. Polonia was one of a kind. There was no replicating what he managed to create. Don't you feel like our connection to the past is fading bit by bit? Like, even the things we have left are slowly slipping away. I suppose. But you can't move through life without having to say goodbye. And even as we experience loss, there are always new things to be gained. Ever so logical. What's your take, then? It feels like the more I care about something, the faster the world takes it away. It sounds so stupid, but I can't help it. That's the hand life has dealt me time and time again. Why even fight for something that's just going to be lost in the end? Better to never have had it at all. Better if it would all just disappear. Dark, I know. But the heart wants what it wants. Maybe the stellar linchpin appeared because of me. Because of what I wish for. I don't think so. Yeah, probably not. What an anomaly wants goes against all logic and reason after all. Well, go ahead and do what you came for. You're here to resolve the anomaly, aren't you? Yes. What's it gonna be? Keeping me imprisoned here like before? Or eliminating me entirely, like debugging a code? That might actually be a mercy. I don't care. I just don't want to experience the pain of loss ever again. Go ahead. I'm ready. Why do we keep losing everything we care about? I know it hurts, but that's life. I wish... I know. I've always known. Because we've been one all along. Sandrone? I'm fine.
It's okay to cry, you know.
Cry? You've got to be kidding me. Save the comforting for someone who needs it, Paimon. The emotional side of my core algorithm. My emotion module has always been fully developed and operational. Alen tried to tell me that too. I've just chosen to ignore her voice all this time. I suppose. Huh. Come to think of it, it's kind of like the aquarium on the ship.
The aquarium?
The old me took one look at it and saw something I would inevitably lose. So I stopped putting in the effort. Then, one by one, the fish all swam away, and the place became even more bleak and depressing. Pretty pathetic, right?
Don't say that. A lot of people would feel the same. It just shows how much you care about what you have.
Now? After seeing what you've done with the aquarium, I have to admit, I think it's beautiful. It's, like you said, we get to keep the things we gain along the way. And those are things that can never be replaced, because we choose to hold them in our hearts.
Well said.
Besides, I've already died once. I'd be stupid not to make the most of this second chance.
Right. Earlier or your inner self, mentioned something about her wish. What was it?
You think that's something you can just ask, and I'll tell you. Think again. I may have accepted my emotional self, but I'm not about to go all soft and mushy on the inside and pour my heart out. That said, taking a step in the right direction couldn't hurt. Starting with cleaning some old aquarium tanks of my own.
Huh?
Metaphorically speaking, I mean. Come on, let's head back to the ship. I need to talk to that shaman.
Oh dear. Everyone's laundry is still on the line. May I be excused to fetch it in?
Huh? Resentful lost souls?
You couldn't get comfortable sleeping near the Opera Epicles, right? Well, I bet that's why. The Fountain of Lucine is where all the water in Fontaine gathers. So that's where the emotions within the water converge as well.
Hold on. If it's souls we're dealing with, feeling uncomfortable should have been just the beginning. I should have been able to hear their voices or something.
And under normal circumstances, I'm sure someone of your talents would have. The problem is, these souls are no longer complete.
Remind me how they ended up like that again? You mentioned something about them being split apart?
Yes, it's called soul severing. Renee of the Nartsitzenkreuz Ordo came up with it. After learning of Fontaine's impending doom, Renee thought if he could find a means for the soul to live on in perpetuity, it might ensure the world's salvation. Soul severing was the first step of his research. Unfortunately, his theory of the four orthants was imperfect at the time, and a failure along the way caused his physical form to dissipate. Jakob, another member of the Nartsitzenkreuz Ordo, sought to carry on Renee's legacy and restore his physical form. He even used some of the people who stood in his way as test subjects for his research.
By severing their souls?
Yes. After Renee successfully awakened, the two continued their research, and all the severed souls ended up merging into Renee's consciousness. After you saved Fontaine by turning Fontainians into true humans, these souls returned to the ley lines. But the souls severed before Renee awakened had nowhere to go, doomed to forever wander the waters of Fontaine as listless spirits.
Almost as if they exist outside the bounds of this world. Unrecognized by the ley lines or fate. No wonder I couldn't sense them.
Not only that, but over time, they begin to fuse with other entities. Their inner resentment lured in all sorts of evil beings, which corrupted and defiled them into nothing more than accumulations of filth. But the full transformation must have been recent. Otherwise, the Udex surely would have noticed. Wait, no, he must know already. That would explain the underwater Melazine patrols. No wonder I kept running into officers from the Mara Chaussee Phantom earlier.
In that case, let's go find Nervalette and we can sort it out together.
No, not just yet.
Why not?
For one, the diplomatic castle alone would be a nightmare. Even though I haven't reported back to Snezhnaya yet, I'm not planning to leave the Fatui anytime soon. Besides, with me here, success is a done deal. Involving other people would just complicate things. All I need is for Miss Lolly to help pinpoint the location of this monstrosity. Think you can do it?
With my eyes closed. This is what I do. I'm a lot better at it than manning a desk, at least. But, how exactly do you plan on resolving this soul stuff? Even to me, there's no obvious answer. Seems pretty complicated, all things considered.
Just trust me. I have the perfect solution.
Oh, all right. If you're that confident, we'll follow your lead. Why the sudden interest in helping Fontaine with this, Androne? You never knew Renee and the others, right?
No, I didn't. And you're right. This problem has nothing to do with me. I wouldn't get within 10 feet of the Nartsitzenkreuz Ordo or its members. But, in his later years, Elen told me he regretted not helping his best friend when he needed it the most. He also felt sorry towards Marianne, for being too lost in his mechanical research to look after her properly. If he were still with us, I think he'd do the same. He might have a few choice words to say about it, but even after everything, he wouldn't leave his friend's mess for someone else to clean up. Friends shouldn't hold grudges or leave behind regrets. Fixing what happened between him and Renee was one of his greatest wishes. All I'm doing is fulfilling it in his stead.
You know, you really do seem a little different now.
You mean everything that just happened wasn't for nothing? Why, thank you for pointing out the obvious, Paimon. Just washing off the grime of the past. Turns out, a lot can build up after being ignored for so long.
What's this about aquarium tanks all of a sudden? They go off on some grand adventure and what? Now they have their own private code? Stupid.
All right then, Lolly. Tracking this thing down is up to you.
Huh? Oh, right. No problem.
You got this, Granny Eatsley!
You, come with me to Hotel de Boer for a drink. Right now. Why? Because I said so. Miss Guillotin, I'll report back on the location tomorrow morning. Just need a drink or two first to bolster me up.
Well, don't let me keep you.
All right, you. Time to go. I've got scores that need settling.
Huh?
Time to meet up with Sandrone! Wonder if St. Lolly was able to pinpoint the location. Well, we should know soon. Let's just hope it all works out.